Hi, my name is Talitha McFadden James. This is a good friend of mine, Lisa Ward, and her sister, the amazing videographer, Crystal Ward. And today we have a few things that we would like to talk about.
Okay, I have a few questions for you. What is your goal?
My goal is to remind people of how resilient they are, no matter what battles they face, no matter who tries to oppress them or who tries to belittle or discourage them, that they too are resilient.
Okay, and who are you trying to reach?
You know, my ultimate goal is to reach people that are hurting. It's not to reach people that feel like everything is okay, but it is to reach people that are hurting and that can identify that they are hurting, and hopefully draw a little bit of light to them, but then also allow them to see that light at the end of the tunnel for everyone who could just use someone's experience or who could just use someone's bad situation and apply it to their lives and realize that I'm not the only one resilient, but you are too.
And why are you trying to reach people?
Because it's my heart. Like it's who I am. As I see people every day, and I experience a lot of people that are have went through or is going through the same thing that I've been through. My heart yearns for them. My heart hurts for them, and it's like I'm reliving the same situation that I was once in through someone else's hurt. And so that's why I want to reach people because I honestly have been through a lot, and a lot of the people that have been through a lot as well don't have anyone reaching back out for them. It's kind of like it's them and no more. And sometimes when you're fighting a battle alone, it gets discouraging. It makes you want to give up and it makes you want to quit.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Tell us a little bit more about you, about your backstory, where you're coming from.
All right. My name is Talitha McFadden James, of course. My backstory, just a little bit about me. I grew up on 32nd and Wayne. Um, I I was pretty much, I don't feel like I was a problem child. But after my mother and father got a divorce, I became a problem child. Trying to figure out how to cope and how to deal. I began to get myself in a lot of trouble, and I ended up spending around 3.5 years in juvenile detention center. Later, after beginning to take to the streets instead of the God that my mother and my father introduced me to. As I took to the streets, I began to have to be what the streets demanded me to be because a soft heart was not welcomed in the streets. It was a sign of weakness. So I began to change up my approach and the way that I was brought up to fit into a cruel world that I'm nothing like. Um, I've been through a lot of different pain. I've been through a lot of different situations that has led me to be the resilient woman that I am today, that has led me to be a God fearing individual. Because as I walked away from Christ, I realized that I am nothing, nothing, absolutely nothing without Him. I cannot breathe without Him. I cannot eat without Him. I cannot enjoy my marriage without Him because the enemy is constantly on attack. And he is constantly trying to tear down everything that God is trying to build. And so, after just taking so much hurt and so much pain, I finally ran back to God and realized that no matter what I went through, God was the one that was my safe place. God was the one always there and always the one picking me up every single time I fell. And then I began to feel bad. And I began to ask God, God, whatever it is that I can do, whatever it is that I can be for your kingdom, God, help me to be that for you. Help me to win the loss, Lord God, because whenever I was hurting, people didn't seem to care. So how much more should I love them, the people that need that love? How much more should I have compassion and empathy for the people that no one else will give that to? which led me here today. Might I add, I am so grateful. I come from, as I was in the world and just doing my little thing, I had 3 different children's fathers. I was a party girl. I was a party girl. But I thank God, because even despite all of my flaws and despite how I was doing the things that I was doing to disappoint him, he still gave me my husband. And he still gave me another child, and he still is elevating me in life, and he still is teaching me and using me for his glory, to edify him and to give him the glory for bringing me out of a situation that I couldn't bring myself out of, and that I would have had no opportunity other than death or jail had it not been for his mercy, had it not been for his grace being sufficient towards me.
Tell us a little bit more about your family. You're a mother of 5 kids. You have a husband. Tell us a little bit more about your family.
So originally I did not expect for my husband to be my husband. Actually, he was just a little weirdo to me. But I love him so much dearly. I love him dearly now. But I was trying my best to run from him, because sometimes we get in a place where we've been hurt so much. But as far as my husband and I was not expecting to get married to my husband. He actually wasn't my type. But he wasn't my type because I was broken and I was scorned, and I was pushing away anything that was really good for me and accepting anything that was trying to break me more. But once I realized that it was nothing but the enemy trying to keep me in a place of brokenness, I let down my guard to my husband, and I began to open my arms to the idea of doing it the correct way, of loving someone, of allowing myself to be vulnerable with somebody, allowing myself to let down every guard and forget about what the past did to me and bring forth what God has for me. And God wanted me to be blessed. God wanted my family to be blessed. God wanted me to have a husband to help me out. God wanted me to have a father for my children. And all the while, if I had not forgiven my past and I had not forgiven what I used to be, then I would have never been in the position to receive the blessings of an amazing man and 4 or 5 amazing children. So I encourage someone out there, when you get in another relationship and you deem it worthy of being in that relationship, leave your past out of it. As you begin to get in that relationship, everything that you did at first, leave it where it was, and begin to open up your heart, begin to be vulnerable. The world teaches us not to be vulnerable. It is a sign of weakness in their mind. But vulnerability is a sign of connecting with your mate or with your children. You have to learn to be vulnerable in order to connect with anybody. Right now, in order for you to connect with me, I have to be vulnerable. I have to be vulnerable. I have to be okay with someone laughing. I have to be okay with someone crying. I have to be okay with someone relating their story to mine. That is vulnerability. And in order for you to get that love that you really desire, you first must be vulnerable.
And just tell us about your children. You have a special needs daughter?
I do. I have an autistic child that was just recently diagnosed about a year or so ago. So it's really new to me. It's I'm still getting used to it. Still is a soft topic. But we have seen major growth in her, and we are encouraging her to continue to grow and continue to spread her wings and allow the world to know all of the amazing things that is inside of her head. I also have Lamaya, which is going to Foreign Language Academy to learn Espanol. She's learning it, not me. I want to learn it though. So I'm just connecting with my daughter, trying to get all of the stuff that she knows. And then I have DeQuincy, who is currently enrolled in foreign language as well. trying to learn Chinese Mandarin. And then we have little Judah who attends Operation Breakthrough 5 days a week. They're amazing children. They're a blessing. And you can definitely tell that they are truly, truly not the average kids. They have compassion on people. They love people. They encourage people. They can sense when someone is hurting. Like, these are things and gifts that most children don't have, because children are, they're naturally selfish. They're naturally only worried about what they're going through. But for some reason, my kids have empathetic spirit. They are drawn to people that are hurting. They are drawn to people that are different. And I simply love that about them.
Do you have any final thoughts for your viewers before we go?
Yes, I have a couple of them, actually. I first off want to encourage all of you mothers, you single mothers, that love is possible. And that as you continue to go about your daily life and take care of your children, work extra jobs, pick up extra shifts, and go to school and try to better yourself, I want you to know that God will soon position that man that you desire in your home, in your children's lives. But you first have to heal. Healing is necessary. It is necessary in order for you to go on and move forward and not make everyone else suffer for the mistakes or the mishaps that you have learned or that you have been through in your life. You have to heal. When you heal, because some of us aren't in a relationship because we are not healed yet. God is not going to give you something that you're going to hurt. God is not going to bless you with something that you're not prepared for. Prepare yourself through healing. Prepare yourself through becoming that woman before that man comes along. And then God will bless you with someone to take the load off of your back. Also, continue to be resilient. I thank you for your resiliency. We thank you, because how could we, as people that aren't resilient, come to people that are resilient and say, hey, stay resilient, because they have no clue or understanding what resiliency is. So I encourage you to continue to be resilient. You are an inspiration to those who are weak right now. You are an inspiration to those who don't know what resiliency is. You are an inspiration. Continue to be the best you. God bless.